Well, you may want to think twice before jumping into a lake this summer. That's because the Iowa Department of Natural Resources is urging people to avoid swimming at about a quarter of the state beaches. Local 5's Alex Fulton is live from Lake Akabi Beach, one of the beaches currently under a swim advisory. And Alex, I understand that the reason for the warnings is high levels of E. coli in the water.
That's exactly right, Stephanie. And there is actually a family right now, a couple of kids swimming here at Lake Akabi Beach. This is actually the first time today I've seen anyone swimming here. Most people have been listening to the advice coming from the Iowa Department of Natural Resources to not swim in the water right now. I'm told by the Iowa DNR that it's pretty common for E. coli levels to go up around this time of year. They usually peak in the second half of the summer when the weather is warmer. A sign at Lake Akabi Beach lets people know that there may be an increased risk of illness due to high E. coli levels.
There's a risk level up there that 36 in 1,000, or sometimes it's 33 in 1,000, depending on what math what you're looking at, could get sick.
Daniel Kendall with the Department of Natural Resources says typically the DNR tests the water at Iowa beaches every Tuesday and Wednesday. Officials will perform tests for microcystin and 2 different ways to measure E. coli levels. If even one of the categories is above the Environmental Protection Agency's standards, the DNR will put out a swim advisory.
I just looked at the numbers between this year and last year, and we're pretty much even on par for the number of advisories total at this point from what we had last year.
People who swim in water with high E. coli levels run the risk of experiencing symptoms of stomach aches, diarrhea, and vomiting.
If you're a person who has a weakened immune system, whether you're elderly or a pregnant person or a child, somebody undergoing chemotherapy, it can be much worse disease for you. It can cause hospitalization, even death.
Amanda Starbuck with Food and Water Watch says Iowa's agriculture is to blame for the water quality issues. A recent study found that between 2013 and 2023, there were 179 times manure was discharged into the state's waterways.
Some of it happens when there are these high-profile spills where maybe a manure lagoon overflows because of a flood, or maybe it damages and breaks, spills into waterways. But it can also happen just by, manure being spread on fields as a fertilizer.
The Iowa DNR will release its next report on E. coli levels at Iowa beaches on Friday. Reporting live in Warren County, Alex Fulton, Local 5 News.